Welcome to the Understanding Your Annual WRS Statement of Benefits presentation, one of the Wisconsin retirement system topics. By the end of this presentation, you will be able to explain the purpose of the Statement of Benefits, ET 7365, analyze the sections of your Statement of Benefits, interpret your retirement benefit calculations, and find resources for more information. Your annual statement of benefits is one of the most important documents you receive each year. It is a summary of your WRS retirement account that provides your updated WRS earnings and service and tracks the growth of your retirement account. We recommend keeping this document in a safe place for reference. You can access your statements electronically through the My Benefits portal on the ETF website. Except for the UW's employees, all WRS members will also receive their statements by mail. If you have not received your statement of benefits by May 5th, give us a call at 1-877-533-5020. When you receive your statement, check to make sure the details are correct, such as your contact information, earnings, years of creditable service, employee contributions, and beneficiary designations. If you believe there is an error on your service and earnings, contact your employer's payroll office. If corrections are needed, your employer will send them to the Department of Employee Trust Funds. If there is an error on your beneficiary designations, contact ETF. Let's dive into the information that you find in the document. Your employer's return address is found at the top of your statement. If you are an inactive employee or alternate payee, this will be the address for the Department of Employee Trust Funds. Below is your name and address. For active employees, contact your employer if you need to update this information. For inactive employees and alternate payees, contact ETF. Next is your ETF member ID. This number helps identify you when you call ETF. The type of WRS member shows up here: active, inactive, or alternate payee. In Section 1, you will see a summary of your previous year's earnings and service. Years of service are reported by the employer in hours and expressed in decimal equivalents of a year. 1 year equals 1.00 of creditable service. That's 1,904 hours for non-teaching employees and 1,320 hours for teachers. If your years of service are under 1.00, you worked less than full-time hours. Service and earnings are reported on either a calendar year or fiscal year basis. If your statement shows fiscal year service, your statement shows your service and earnings for the full previous fiscal year, July 1 to June 30. In addition, your statement shows the first half of the current fiscal year, July 1 to December 31. If you are trying to predict what your total earnings will be for the current fiscal year, take the July 1 to December 31 earnings from the statement and combine them with what you expect to earn from January 1 to June 30 of the current fiscal year. If years of creditable service were transferred or lost due to a qualified domestic relations order, it shows the amount of service transferred from your account to your former spouse underneath your total years of service. Section 2 shows a summary of your previous year's account balance. This includes your applied interest, including the percentage for the year, your employee and employer required contributions, and your total balance in each fund. If you do not participate in the variable fund, it will be blank. Your total account balance is shown in the far right column. The amounts in Section 3 reflect your monthly payment at earliest possible retirement age, your separation benefit if withdrawing prior to retirement age, and your death benefit if you die before taking a retirement benefit. If you made additional contributions, the estimated benefit will appear in a column to the right. If you are an inactive member or alternate payee, some of these items will not be listed. To know more about this section, see the How to Read My Statement of Benefits page. Now let's look at the information on the back of the statement. Section 4 shows information on your primary beneficiary designations. If you filed a beneficiary designation, you will see the date it was received and the primary beneficiary's names. If you do not have one on file, it will say you never file the designation, so standard sequence applies, with instructions on how to submit a beneficiary designation. If your beneficiary designation cannot be displayed, you will see the following message. Because of the format of your designation, it is not displayed here. The format was acceptable and has been placed in your file. Call ETF if you are unsure whether you have a beneficiary designation on file or not. Additional contributions are optional. If you made additional contributions, they will appear in this section. You will see the interest percentage and earnings from the prior year applied to your additional contributions balance. Just like the required contributions, you will see your additional contributions separated by each fund. If you do not have additional contributions, it will say, as of this statement date, there are no additional contributions in your account, with more information about the optional savings program. Employee additional contributions are made on an after-tax basis. This portion will not be taxed when receiving your WRS benefit. Section 6 is your account summary in one location. First, it shows your years of creditable service, which are broken down into 3 types: before 2000, after 1999, and if it applies to you, after Act 10. If you worked in more than one employment category, the years of service will also be separated by category. The total years of creditable service are shown in the far right column at the bottom. The 3 highest years of earnings are identified, so you can see how much you earned and the amount of service you received for each of those years. If you participated in the variable fund, your variable excess or deficiency is displayed here. This is the difference between your actual account value and what it would have been if you never took part in the variable fund. The amount changes each year when core and variable interest is credited to your account. By keeping track of these amounts, you can figure out how well the variable fund is performing since you entered the fund and if you might want to cancel participation. The money purchase balance is your total account balance that includes both employee and employer contributions and interest. If you made additional contributions, the information will appear here. If not, it will appear blank. Overall, Section 6 provides data that you can use in the WRS Retirement Benefits Calculator to receive an unofficial estimate of your retirement benefits. Go to etf.wi.gov and click Calculators from the Retirement menu to use the WRS Retirement Benefits Calculator. Stay connected to ETF. Get up-to-date information about your WRS benefits by subscribing to ETF email updates, talking with a benefits specialist at 1-877-533-5020, going to our website at etf.wi.gov, or connecting with ETF on one of our social media sites.